Alrighty, so we are going to go over the homework from last night. If you did not do the homework from last night, you are getting a 0 for it, because it was supposed to be handed in today before the start of class, because I'm going to go over it right now. So, number 1 says there are 3 isotopes of oxygen. We have oxygen 16, oxygen 17, and oxygen 18. Whoops. And A wants to know how many neutrons are in each isotope. If oxygen has an atomic number of 8, well, remember that we're given, these are all mass numbers. So if we subtract 8 protons from each of these, which is the mass or the atomic number, then we will get the number of neutrons. So here we have, for oxygen 16, we have 8 protons. For oxygen 17, we have 9 protons. And for oxygen 18, we have 10 protons. Then B wants us to calculate use the natural percent abundances of the isotopes of oxygen in order to calculate the atomic mass of oxygen. So remember, we're going to put the mass number of each. So we're going to do oxygen 16 first. So we have mass number of 16 AMUs times its percentage in a decimal form. So 99.757% would be 0.99757. We're going to add that to the next one, which is 017. 17 AMUs multiplied by its percent natural abundance, which is 0.0. So we're going to move this over 2 times. So we have 0.00038 plus the natural abundance and mass of oxygen 18 AMU, multiplied by, move this over 2 times, 1, 2, we get 0.00205. So if we multiply all of that and then add it all together, we get an atomic mass for oxygen of 16.00 AMUs. And that's what we see on the periodic table. So perfect, makes sense. All right, I'm not going to do each of these because they're just asking you to do the same thing basically. But I wanted to go over this one because this one was making you think a little bit more. So if the atomic mass of copper is 63.546, which of the 2 isotopes of copper, copper 63 or copper 65, do you think there is more of? Well, if the atomic mass is closer to 63, then that means that there's probably more copper 63 than there is copper 65, right? We would expect that there would be a higher natural abundance of copper 63 than we would copper 65. Because if it was the other way around, then this atomic mass number would be closer to 65 AMU instead of being closer like this to 63 AMU. And then I wanted to look at this one. For number 4, I told you that I gave you 4 isotopes, but I only gave you 3 natural abundances. So, and for the 4th one, I said all the rest, right? Here you see I said all the rest. I gave you MM101 was this percent, 102 was this percent, MO4 was this percent, and then 106, I didn't give you a percentage, I just said it's all the rest. So, some of you have had problems with that in the past. Remember that all of the isotopes, all of them, equal 100% of the elements of MM, for example. So that means that if we have 16.4% of big M, little m, and 10.5 to 102, 0.10% of 103 or 104, then the rest will be the last type of isotope, right? Okay, so if we add all of these up and then subtract them from 100, we should know what percent is left over, meaning which percent is MM106. Oh, I wrote, MM106. Okay, so let's look at that. So all of these together equal 27%. So 100% minus 27% is 73%. So that means that the leftover is 73%. So that means that MM106 here must be 73% of all of the naturally occurring isotopes. So once you knew that, then you could solve for your atomic mass. So that's just, I think, kind of common sense, because I told you that I was testing to see if you understood that all of the isotopes in nature, all of them together, equal 100% of the isotopes. It's just kind of a little bit of logic. Okay, so what you're going to do today is you are going to go over the study guide and do the homework, and you may begin studying from that. Remember, I wanted to tell you that your quiz I said that it was going to be next Wednesday, and that is still happening. We don't have school Monday, but we do have school Tuesday. So whatever we don't go over or finish going over in our reviews, we will finish on a review on Tuesday. I think we'll be able to go over everything by tomorrow. Everything that you would like to go over, we're going to go over tomorrow in class. So if you have any burning questions, I would recommend actually doing your homework and submitting it, and because I'm going to go over everything that you want to go over tomorrow during the review. So the quiz is still going to be on Wednesday, and no, we don't have class Monday, but if we need to have a little bit more of a review, if you still want more, then we can do that on Tuesday, okay? So quiz still on Wednesday, everything is the same. All right, please let me know if you have any questions.